Quiet. Hello people, welcome back to Food Glam Life. I hope you're doing very well today. If you can hear my cat in the back, please ignore him. He wants to go outside where everyone's having dinner. Before we get started, can I please ask you to please hit the subscribe button, maybe also the notification bell. Okay, so you must have already read the title of this video. Basically, we're going to be talking about Instagram trends that you need to stop following or doing in your real life. And let me preface this with a disclaimer. आपको कोई ज़बरदस्ती कुछ भी नहीं करवा सकता. No one can stop you from doing something and no one can force you to do something. So, if you like to do these things, by all means, go ahead and do them. But this is for those of us out there, you know, if you're watching this channel, most likely you are on Instagram, most likely, not necessarily, and you are probably following a lot of different social media beauty influencers, beauty bloggers, and they're amazing. There's so many talented women and men out there on Instagram. However, certain things become like Instagram beauty trends, and you have to remember a couple of things. Instagram as a platform is amazing, except there is a very little time you as a content producer get to capture a person's attention, right? People are scrolling down their timelines and you have to often do some really crazy things or some really over-the-top makeup looks to sort of stand out, to make people stop and look at you, because over-the-top stuff catches people's attention, right? Even today, I went a little extra because Instagram is all about extra. The other reason people do this is because with a camera, with a phone camera or regular camera and lights, a lot of the makeup that you normally do, that you would do maybe like on a normal day or even for an event, looks quite toned down, almost washed out, especially with lights. So you really have to go a little heavy-handed. So you'll see these amazingly pigmented eye looks or like this really chiseled out contoured cheekbones and stuff. All of that for a picture or a video is attained by just really going in really hard. And now why those Instagram trends do not really translate well over into real life is because when you go out like that, it shows, that's what stands out. And most of us, I think, do our makeup because we just want to sort of accentuate our features and like look better than we already do with a little bit of color, with a little bit of, but I don't think most people want people to come up and be like, I can really see that unblended contour or that eyeshadow is, it doesn't work on a normal day-to-day basis, basically is what I'm saying. My number one advice to you would be to blend. I don't think I can say this enough. I've said it a lot of times. I think a lot of times you would see like even my own makeup or even on Instagram, mine looks maybe not as poppin' or as colorful as a lot of other really talented makeup artists out there. And that's because I think for me, I still have not gotten used to, on myself, doing makeup for camera. So like today I did, because you should always be challenging yourself and stepping out of your comfort zone. But I'm going on camera, I'm not going out anywhere as much as you would think. But the other thing is, as makeup artists, and you will also have other makeup artists, when you're going to like a wedding or a party, a makeup artist will actually ask you, do you want your makeup to look good in person or do you want it to look good for pictures? Because actually those are two different techniques of applying makeup. I would do the same thing. So for example, ये जो TV paint stick होती है, this foundation that people use as foundation. A lot of makeup artists, a lot of beauty salons use it for brides and party makeup and stuff. On camera, in pictures, it looks really good because you can't see that whole cakiness. But in person, it's quite unfortunate, especially when they apply it on dry skin people and usually don't blend it that well. You can actually see that. Same with the contour, with the eye makeup, with everything. But in pictures, because there's filters and there's lights and there's all of these things, all of those things just sort of come together and set together really well. So that was a really long disclaimer. I realize, as usual, I talk a lot. I know a lot of people tell me this, so hopefully, I don't know, I have so much to share with you guys. So let's start with number one. First things first, you will see a lot of Instagrammers use a ton of product and it's really, really unnecessary. You'll see them go, pumping out that foundation or taking a whole bunch of primer, a lot of cream. They'll be taking in a lot of liquid highlight and they'll be slathering it on their face, and it's just very, very unreasonable. And I've noticed, how do I say this without sounding really condescending? I've noticed other YouTubers or something, maybe younger ones, when they're reviewing stuff, they'll be like, let me try this foundation, and they're like, because that's what they've seen, because we're becoming accustomed to that. The point of all of this is that you should always start with a lesser amount and then build it up. That is just a universal rule that you can follow in anything. Like, even if it's a food recipe and you're not really sure, anything it is, even if it's like you're painting something on a canvas, start with a little and then build it up. So you will learn that a little goes a long way, especially with a good quality product. If you need a lot of a product to actually make it work, then you should know that that product is not very good quality and it's not worth your money. Even if it's very cheap, it's really not fair on you as a consumer to have to use up a lot of product in order for it to have any pigmentation or color payoff or things like that. So yeah, a little bit goes a long way. Start with a little, then build up. Don't start with 3 pumps, 4 pumps of anything, or like dig your brush into your eyeshadow and have it like flying all around. Take it easy. Number 2 is overfilled box eyebrows. And I have to say that I think this trend is improving a little because people are coming back to sort of, more natural filled in eyebrow look. But there's still a lot of people that will really overdo their eyebrows, or some people still really go for that boxed, overfilled eyebrows. Once again, it's not going to look bad on pictures on your Instagram, except when you step out into the daylight, into regular life, when you're using an eyebrow color that is 2 shades too dark, or really like boxy right over here in the front. Like this part, you need to try to leave a little more feathery, a little lighter. Go ahead and fill out, towards the ends and make it a little darker on the ends, but try to avoid going for that boxy look because it really draws people's eyes and attention to your eyebrows. And again, it goes back to that whole thing where you don't want someone to be staring at your face and be like, there's something weird here. Number 3 is a very harsh contour. Now, don't get me wrong, I love contour. I'm all about it. I think it really helps shape your face. Bronzer helps give your face color. But once again, you have to remember to blend it. You have to remember to use the right shade. With Instagram, I could actually get away with having stripes across my face and not really blend it that well, and my face will look perfect. Except, again, in real life, you're going to be walking around with a stripe across your face and people are going to be like, why do you have a brown stripe across your face? Did you roll around in the mud? So remember that. Anytime you're doing contour, the easiest way to do it is suck in your cheeks and find the top of your ear right here, and then, as Charlotte Tilbury says, follow the hollow. Just pat on a line right down till here and then stop. You don't need to go all the way to like your laugh line or your mouth. And then remember, you need to just blend it and use the right shade. The number 4 is an overly metallic and overly blinding highlight. Now, once again, in pictures, a really metallic highlight will look amazing. And honestly, like this, if you like doing this, again, my disclaimer, go ahead and do it. But I'm just talking about those people who are still learning, who are still finding their way around the world of beauty. When you look at YouTubers, when you look at Instagrammers, that really blinding highlight, that, when they go boom, boom, boom. Oh, I like to. Well, this also, it's the light that's picking up this highlight. It looks really good. But when you take like a seriously silver, metallic, white sort of a color, and then just like go to town with it, like aap lagaye ja rahe hain, it doesn't look nice. And even on your nose, I'm all about doing like a little touch of highlighter on the tip of your nose, down the bridge of your nose. But, again, pull back, start with a little and then build up if you don't think it's enough. I've actually seen people who had like a really fat strip of white highlight down their nose because those are the trends they're seeing. And it's so obvious, it doesn't look nice. And especially if you have it maybe contoured around your nose, it actually will make your nose look fatter. So I don't think that's something most people want. People normally want a chiseled nose with like, that light bouncing off the middle. And then finally, number 5 is overlining your lips. Now, a little bit is okay. Overlining your lips can actually help balance your lips. In fact, I have a very slightly overlined my lips right here just to sort of balance my upper and lower lip. I don't get fillers, as you can tell, so my lower lip is a little thicker than my upper lip. So to balance that out, it's fine. But if you're going like way above and beyond and doing your lips, again, it shows. Do it for your Instagram pictures and then take it off. I'm telling you, or like pull it down a bit. Again, the whole point of this is to use makeup to enhance your features, to just, do a little bit of correction, to make yourself look prettier, nicer. Like, of course, it's an art, it's fun, and that's why Instagrammers and beauty influencers on Instagram are amazing, because it's a form of art, and you see all these people practicing in their art. Except very rarely will that same art form translate very well over into everyday real life. So yeah, there's no hate on anyone. I love following these Instagrammers myself. I love seeing these crazy trends, but then that's where I leave them. If you're following Instagrammers to get beauty ideas, by all means, yes, do it, but also be realistic about what will look good in your everyday normal life. whether you're going to a party or you're going to work or anything else. And if you still like doing these things and really enjoy them and don't care, you do you. That's all from me on this topic. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye. Mwah.